my channel. My name is Molly, aka the Bibliophile Blonde, and I'm so excited because we are doing something a little bit different today. I'm going to be attempting to catalog my entire home library. If you follow me on Instagram, I recently bought the 1000th book for my collection, my home library, which according to the New York Times means I can officially say that I have a home library. So roll the clip. So what we are going to be attempting is creating a virtual space, very literally like my own Dewey Decimal System, where I can search all of the books that I have at once, because sad to say, I have reached that point where there will be times where someone is like, oh, have you read this? Or I will be at a used bookstore and I'll be digging through the stacks and I will legitimately not know if it is a book that I already own. So we're gonna try to get this whole collection somewhat organized and in one place, and I'm gonna be doing that with an app. The app that I'm using is going to be called Blvd, and if you have less than 50 books, the app is free. If you want to catalog more than 50 books, which I just crossed 1,000, so obviously that's a yes. What you need to do, I think it's just it's $5 and it's a one-time purchase. So it's not even a monthly subscription, it's a one-time purchase of $5. This video is not sponsored. It is just something that was recommended to me by a follower, and they said, hey, I did this with my home collection, it's really fun. There are different tags that you can use, so I think this is really cool. What I'm going to do is, as we go, I'm going to create tags for certain books. So I will do things based on genre. I'm thinking I'll do things based on whether it's a special edition, whether it's signed. Like, I forget what signed books I own, and that's bummer. Whether it is signed, I'm definitely gonna say if it was like a Bookish box special edition, if it was a FAQs special edition, something like that. And just gonna go through and maybe even do some like tropes. If I remember tropes, then we're gonna do that. So come with me. You can add books to the app by scanning the USB code. So let's give this a try. Time to scan all 1,000 of my books. I am in a full sweat. This was way more intense than I thought it was going to be. It has taken me like almost 2 hours to go through a third of my library. A couple of pros and cons. Quite frankly, I'm a third of the way through and I've decided I'm done. So, Blvd, I'm so sorry. This is not gonna be for me. Couple different reasons why that is. One, I have found that the scanning the ISB code on the back is not very reliable. A lot of my books come from thrifted bookstores. They're previously owned, they're used books, and some of those used books can be like really old. And I'm finding that like a lot of books from the 90s, or just any book that essentially isn't from like the last 10 years, it's having a really hard time scanning the barcode on the back, and I'm having to like type in the ISBN manually. And I don't have time to type in the ISBN manually for over 1,000 books. The other problem, and I think this is a huge issue for bookworms really, is that it doesn't recognize the ISBN numbers that are given to Amazon independent publishers, like an indie author such as myself. So every time I went to go scan one of my fellow indie authors' books, which has an ISBN and a barcode on the back, it just said that you have to search it, you've got to put it in manually, it's not on there. So I would think that an app that is all about cataloging a home library, which is something that a lot of avid readers have, would be a little bit more proactive about making sure that their search functions are you know, really well tuned to readers' habits, and that especially in this day and age with Bookstagram and Book Talk includes a lot of indie authors, which is awesome. So frankly, I'm calling it quits. You know, maybe one day I will figure it out, but it has been an hour and a half and I just do not have the strength, even if I did this over the next couple days. I'm just having so many glitches with the app, and the search issue is not great. And if you do a box set, it doesn't list all the books individually. It just lists the box set. Well, that's not helpful, because what if I want to search for a specific novel? Then the only thing that comes up is A Song of Ice and Fire for George R.R. Martin, but the book Game of Thrones doesn't come up. So that's super frustrating, because I have a lot of box sets, but it won't list them in my library individually, so I cannot search for them appropriately. The app also has features that you can use, such as saying whether a book you have read it or not, and that's really frustrating when a box set is just like, have you read it, yes or no? And it's like, well, I've read 3 out of the 4. Too bad, you have to have read either all of them or none of them. So I gave it the good old college try, but no thanks. If you have any ideas on good ways for me to maybe catalog my massive home library, let me know down below, and I will talk to you guys soon.